In this video we're going to take a look at the basics of our stance. So there's a couple of really important details that you want to make sure you cover from the beginning when you start doing stand-up training for MMA. So basically the idea is that I want to be on roughly a 45-degree angle with my feet here. So I step my strong side back. I plant the entire foot on the ground here. I point the foot out 45 degrees. And if we draw a line between my feet here, and I imagine like my opponent is right in front of me, I want to have a 45-degree angle here. This will allow me to move in all directions as easy as possible. My front foot needs to point towards my opponent. It's really important that I don't turn it in like this. People that come from a background in boxing have a tendency to turn the front foot in a bit, which is good technique in boxing. It allows you to move away fast, get a lot of power in your jab. But the problem is in MMA you can kick the front leg. So if you're fighting someone with a leg turned in like this, you can just basically throw low kicks all day and they're going to have a really hard time blocking them because it's too far out there to block the kick. So you want to make sure that your front foot is kind of turned forward. Of course, when we start moving, it's going to change a little bit sometimes, but this is like the basics of your foot position. Make sure your stance is pretty wide. You don't want to be like all the way like this, narrow. It's very hard to get power in your punches, and your center of gravity is up very high, which is going to make it hard to defend takedowns. So you want to be pretty wide like this. Keep your knees a bit like this. Chin down. Your shoulders you want angled around 45 degrees also. So you're keeping your shoulders on this 45-degree angle. And then your hands are going to come up like this, around level of your eyes here. You don't want your hands too low. Obviously you're going to have a harder time defending punches to the head. And you don't want them too high like this. So ideally they should be around the level of your shoulder, so you can punch directly and get power in your techniques here. If my hands are too high, it's going to be kind of awkward when I'm punching. So 45 degrees, front foot directly forward, my rear foot 45 degrees up, bend your knees a bit, flat on the feet here. I want to make sure I have good contact with the ground. This can vary a little bit also depending on what I'm trying to do, but basically I want to stay pretty low here. So this is my basic stance. Chin down, front shoulder a little bit up, and my hands here. So that's my basic stance from the front here. From the side, it looks like this. And we can take the other side also. From here, like this. Depending on what I'm trying to do, I'm going to distribute my weight a little bit different. If I'm fighting with a strategy that's really heavy on the jab, I might put more weight on my rear leg like this, so I can extend my jab and hide behind my shoulder a little easier. If I depend a lot upon my hook, or if I want to have a shorter distance to the takedown, I'm going to be a little heavy on the front leg. So this is going to make it easier for me to throw the hook directly, throw the straight rear hand directly, and shoot directly for the takedown. It's also going to make it easier for my opponent to lead directly with the right hand, because I'm more squared up. But there's pros and cons to everything. So this is the basics of your MMA stance. And in the next video we're going to look at how we can move around from here, the basic footwork. So that's pretty much it. If you found this useful, please take a second and press like. If you know someone that can use this information, please share it with them.